shout out Dr. Ryan. Dude, like, saved my life, bro. Like, put everything into perspective for me. Got me on, like, the right medication for my mind. Made me, like, see alcohol for what it really is, which is, like, a destroyer of just fucking sense. Like, you lose your senses on alcohol.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Finding Gratitude. I am your host for today, Miguel Martin Gutierrez, and today we've got a very special guest. We didn't record an introduction. We have actually started a new podcast. It's called Young Primitives. You can go check it out. It is on a new YouTube channel. So search Young Primitives podcast, and you'll be able to find it. So these next clips have been taken from that podcast, but I felt like this clip's obviously tied in with my podcast, Finding Gratitude. So without further ado, we do have this very special guest, a close mate of mine. I've known him since I was maybe just starting high school, so 13. I think he actually went to my primary school, so I've probably known him since I was like 11 or 12 years old. But yeah, so here comes the podcast with Goran. So is there anything you want to talk about? Is there anything that's off limits, to be honest? Because that's what I usually ask.
Nothing's off limits except my finances.
So how much money do you have in the bank?
17 cents.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Fuck. I actually have like 36, so
Fuck,
I'm like
man. Double?
almost double as you.
Shit, you have double the money I have?
It's not. It's almost. Wait, 17 plus 17 is 34. Actually, more than double. Fuck. Sorry, bro.
But I got a lot of wealth in my heart.
I mean, that's what it really matters.
It really
though,
does,
right?
man.
Like, I'm pretty sure the podcast that I just dropped, I do talk about how much money I've got, because like when I talk to people, especially when I'm traveling or like when I'm in Queensland or whatever, they're like, "Fuck, bro, you're here like almost every weekend. Like, how much money do you have? Are you just like a millionaire?" And I'm like, "Bro, like I can show you my bank account right here, right now. I actually have $0."
But you spend all your money on like the things that you enjoy doing.
Yeah. Like I get paid.
I think I'm the same. Yeah.
Like I got paid by a client 2 weeks ago, and with that money, I just booked an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And then my flight to go to Gold Coast, and then I'm just poor for the rest of the week until I get more work. But
like, what else are you gonna spend your money on? Like,
bro, the only things that you spend it on, like food.
yeah, you're gonna spend like $70,000 a year on fucking menu log, like some people, bro.
Oh, bro, all my money was before.
Just cook at home, bro. Turn vegan and like just eat apples and fucking cherries, man.
Yeah, I was buying meals, like those prep meals, like my Muscle Chef and stuff, that they make it already.
Yeah.
Like all you need to do is put it in the microwave. But like using the microwave, it's fucking bad.
Yeah, it is.
So that's why I'm like, fuck, I should just cook my own food.
They
but
definitely put preservatives in all those My Muscle Chef.
yeah, they'll have to.
Yeah.
They'll have to make them last. Yeah, and but there are good ones that don't put preservatives, but they do that right at the beginning of when they start, because it's just like 5 people or even 2 people working in the business, right?
Yeah.
But then as time progresses and as the business gets bigger, and then they get into like a bigger warehouse or whatever.
That's
they
right, you're
need
like
to start
upscale.
They need to start putting preservatives because they're making more than what they used to be making.
And you can't deliver everything in one day. You have
That's
to
right.
deliver it over 4 days. Or
yeah,
whatever. Fuck
yeah. Fuck. But
And the
that's
food
true.
tastes like shit, honestly.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Like, some of the food doesn't taste fresh at all. It's like, fuck, this
Ever.
has been cooked like a week.
Yeah, literally. And if it's like, I don't eat meat, but when it was like roast beef that you get in like a U Foods,
True, yeah.
it'd just be like grey and like.
Yeah, but I wouldn't trust that. Like I said, see, like companies that have been around for too long, I don't trust, because they're just, they're pretty much, the business itself is trying to survive. So they're doing everything cost effective. So they're putting all the bad shit that we don't want.
Exactly.
So that's why I always go to the new businesses. So if one just opened up, yeah, I sign up for that one.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah.
And you just like shop around to, yeah.
But,
But even that, man, like how difficult is it to just cook for yourself?
it's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
really.
And it's not hard to cook. Like, yeah. Like,
And then you can go and like choose whatever
What you wanna
vegetables you want, the ones that like look good. In like U Foods, they just buy all the damaged fucking shitty tomatoes.
the cheaper stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Like I said, all like cost-effective shit.
Yeah. So like, why wouldn't you buy
For running
like
a business.
all the fucking capsicums that are bruised and damaged?
Yeah, you wouldn't do that if you were like cooking for yourself.
Yeah. But that's what they buy, because they buy it for cheaper. They chop it up. You don't see what it looks like, and it goes in your
Yeah.
fucking U Foods My Muscle Chef.
Yeah, fuck, you're not wrong, eh? It's like
the
those
shit,
things
dude.
that
It's
like
the
people don't
fucking
think
shit.
about, man.
You gotta think about everything. If you don't think about everything, you're fucked, man.
Yeah, you're
Because
fucking
they think
yourself
about
up.
everything, bro.
Yeah, they are, because they're running
Yeah.
a business. Like, we're not. We're just trying to survive, but
They're
just
hiring like the smartest actuarian fucking accountants that can like tell you exactly where your business is like failing to make money. And
Yeah.
then, all right. Stop buying organic fresh vegetables. They don't know the difference. They can't taste the difference. All right.
Yeah, you're spending like so much more money on it when
Yeah.
it's like, why?
But obviously when you're like small, what you're saying is,
Well, because that's the thing that's gonna make others buy off you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm using this type of product, premium, like premium.
and you need to
product.
have a customer base.
Yeah.
So like you were saying before off camera, like if you were to move to Burleyhead, you have like a whole community of people that are like-minded.
Yeah.
Where you can, I don't know, function in society. Whereas Sydney, everyone wants like cheap, quick.
Yeah, true. Hey, fuck. I'm even thinking about it. Like, it's the whole society, the whole community. Because, like, if we think about one person's an individual, right? But if you think about it, like in somewhat of a energy level, collectively, they're vibrating at a different, like, frequency.
And then, like,
Wow.
if you're around people that are, like, if you were to put an instrument in a room where there's other instruments like vibrating at a certain frequency, that instrument starts vibrating at that frequency.
Fuck.
You know what I mean? Without anyone having to
like
touch it.
Yeah.
So if like a human was to enter this like community of people vibrating at a high frequency, they just brings you up. Because if you go to work and sit in a fucking cubicle and everyone's energy is low, you get fucking pulled down. You have to. How can you be the only high energy person in like where everyone's vibrating very fucking like
Yeah, 100%, man.
it's fucking disgusting, man. But they
Bro, that's
put
crazy.
on
But this is the thoughts that, like, I don't know, I wouldn't really have until now. And I'm just like, holy shit.
You just go smoke a lot of weed, man, and fucking sit around.
Yeah, right? Fuck, that's pretty much it. Like, you're just asking questions. Because I'm pretty sure this is what I talked about in one of my podcasts. It's
Definitely,
just like,
I remember you saying
smoking weed is like has made me a person that asks a lot of questions.
Yeah, like very introspective or
Yeah. Very, like, interpersonal, going in within themselves, asking questions
Yes.
about it. Yeah.
or
And,
like, if
yeah.
a situation arises, why did it arise? You can always like take it back in your head, if that makes sense.
True. Yeah, you can always go back to it so you can understand it more. You can
Yes.
understand it better.
And how would I
Fuck.
react differently next time?
I feel like just talking about this because the way that I used to take like back in the day when we used to live together and we were living in GV and whatnot, I was just taking shrooms like every other random day. I don't know. It didn't have to be the weekend to take it.
No.
But like every time like that I would trip, like I would intentionally try to come up with situations in my trip that I haven't been before so I can experience it and I
Yes.
can learn it. So I'm thinking maybe like weed was making me that way.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's find out more about, how you would be in this situation.
Yes.
Fuck.
And
Smoke weed,
people
man.
people that smoke weed not often or say they have bad experiences with weed. I think it makes you so self-reflective and people start thinking it's like anxiety and paranoia, but it's not. It's like it's what your mind sees you as. When we walk around sober, you don't really see a reflection of yourself. As soon as you smoke weed, you have this like reflection of how everyone is like interpreting you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're like more self-aware
Definitely more self-aware.
of that. But and then doing that too much can become like paranoia.
Yes.
And you can increase your levels of anxiety or whatever. Yeah, because you're thinking about it too much.
Yes. And then I think obviously if you're having like a bad day, you start thinking about the day so much and like all those experiences you've had during the day are heightened when you smoke weed.
Yeah, 100%. Like even like your senses in a way
Yeah.
are like heightened when you're like on cannabis, but then also other drugs. Fuck.
But I think as a base, cannabis should be used by most people. Even if it's like a very small microdose that you can get over the counter at a chemist for like my mum to take, where she's not having any like, and it shouldn't be a stigmatized sort of thing where I think it'll like...
Well, then that's where like CBD comes in because it's not like the psychoactive part, but you can still, get the benefits of the actual.
I don't think
cannabis plant.
CBD, like, you need the THC, bro. You need the God particle in there to like...
Yeah, I mean, you need the whole plant for it to do good. But there's different types of things, man. There's like CBN, which is good for, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure it's good for sleep, but it also has different benefits. So it's all coming from the same cannabis plants.
Yeah.
But they're trying to, or they're like finding out these different particles that are good for one.
Yeah, and then they just like take the singular particle.
But there's like so many cannabinoids in the plant that But
I have this like, you know what I mean? That would be the same thing as like taking a delicious cake and then breaking down everything. It's like, here, we're going to give you
And like
just the flour.
getting rid of the sugar almost.
You know, like, you know what I mean? It's like, here's this cake, but like,
Yeah.
we're going to give you the flour, we're going to give you the sugar individual. I think it all needs to work together.
Yeah, for it to actually
Have its full benefit.
But I don't know, man. CBD does help.
Oh, I'm
when
sure it
it's
helps,
CBD.
man. I haven't taken it personally because I've always
Yeah.
smoked weed.
Yeah.
But I can see it.
But see, CBD can also help. So then it brings the anxiety down and the what was the other word that we're talking about?
Paranoia.
Yeah, and paranoia down. So like you can take a lot of CBD and then you won't have those thoughts.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I should try like taking both of them together.
Yeah, actually, it's not too bad. CBD's like, well, for me, in the morning was just so I could like calm down when I woke up, because sometimes I wake up and if there's too many things to do, I just stress about it.
Our clothes are cool. It like lets us define ourselves, don't you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Or like not, yeah, you can like I've started wearing, say, recycled cotton shirts because I think like it's better for the environment.
Yeah. It's funny how we have these thoughts now. Like 10 years ago, why weren't we thinking like this?
I don't know. Maybe we were too young. Maybe we were just...
No, but I don't even think it's the age, right? Because the people that I meet and I talk to that are really young, like let's say like young 20s, 21, 22s, they're all with, you know, like going to op shops and buying recycled kind of clothing because they know that they don't want to, you know, be putting money towards something that they don't believe in.
Yes.
But like back then...
More conscious.
Yeah. Is it more conscious? I guess it'd be more conscious, eh?
But maybe we paved the way for them. Because we didn't have people to look up to, maybe.
We didn't have that many people to look up to, I guess.
There was less people to look up to
There
that
was
were
definitely...
doing... And then sort of our generation, the generation that followed us, is now teaching, you know, these kids at an earlier age. So that it's working.
Yeah, the earlier...
You know, like we started when like sort of like Joey Badass.
Well, that's exactly how I was thinking as
Pro
well.
Era was like...
Like when like music was actually paving the way for us. Like Pro Era and then what, like Flatbush Zombies and then Underachievers, bro.
Yes,
like
bro.
their music was very like woke
The whole...
consciously.
What was it called? Beast Coast.
Beast Coast, yeah. But see, like that's when I think my journey, or like probably our journey, began into that like spiritualism.
Definitely.
And, like being more woke or whatever you want to call it.
And like understanding whatever Eastern philosophies, you know, Hinduism.
True, because back
Buddhism,
before
they would,
it
like,
wasn't
talk about,
as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more of a, not a taboo subject, but it just wasn't really spoken about.
True. And I guess being able to research about like Ram Dass, Terence McKenna, Aldous Huxley, and like, you know what I mean? Like being able to just go online and like be able to get as much information about how these people thought and why they did the things that they did.
And
It's
information
like,
used to be so much more open. Remember when like on YouTube you could find anything?
Yeah.
Now they've like taken all those videos
it's more
off.
restricted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even saying that, like podcasts, like Joe Rogan is the reason we know about Terence McKenna, and don't you think so? We didn't know about Terence until we probably heard about him.
But like I knew about Aubrey Marcus before I knew Joe Rogan.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like the other way around. I'd listened to Joe and then...
Oh, true, and then saw
learned
fucking thing about Aubrey Marcus.
Yeah.
No, I've was on Aubrey Marcus for fucking ages. Like, bro, even in fucking GV, I was buying On It products, the fucking mushroom caps and shit.
But at that time, we were like... I started listening to Joe Rogan when I was probably 18.
2012? No, even 2009.
Easily 2000.
True, was he already doing fucking podcasts back
started
then?
in like 2002 probably.
Oof, I didn't know that. I didn't know he started ages
I remember
ago.
working like night fill at Coles, 17, 18, that was my job, and having like Joe Rogan listen to like the very first shit, and he'd be talking about weed and like fucking shrooms and shit. And that was like back
Was
in
he
the
by
day.
himself or did he have guests?
Red Band and then like the usual guests. He'd
true.
always have Aubrey Marcus on.
At the beginning, I think he did have.
Yeah, like every other week he'd have him on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Really? No.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't paid too much attention to the Joe Rogan podcast, except for like the big ones. Like I guess.
Yeah.
Because
So
some
then-
of them go for 3 hours and stuff, and like I'm just like.
I used to love that shit, but now I don't listen to him. I haven't listened to him for probably a couple of years.
Yeah. True.
And I only listen to the big ones.
Yeah. Like then. Yeah.
Yeah. So he had the doctor that like invented the mRNA vaccine.
Yeah.
A
Couple weeks back.
couple weeks back.
That's
and
what like wasn't there like a lot of talk going on about Joe Rogan, that Joe Rogan had to apologize for the guests that he had and the misinformation that they were.
So they want him to censor podcasts or take podcasts down that have like sensitive
Spotify
information. Spotify is because they're paying him $100 million,
That's right.
so they can say
He got
have this, don't have that.
Yeah.
It's their right. They're fucking.
he fucking sold out.
He has sold out, but
And yeah, and because of it now, yeah, because bro, like 2 years ago, I would have never thought Joe Rogan would be apologizing on fucking Instagram Live
No,
or
no.
whatever, saying I'm sorry for putting out this type of content.
Yeah.
But it's all because of now he's signed to Spotify now, and like, but yeah. So what about this Joe Rogan thing?
I
gonna
was just
ban
going
him?
to say that, yeah, so now they're going to try to get him cancelled, fired by Spotify off this $100 million contract. I just wonder.
Who's gonna fire them? Like Spotify's gonna fire them. Why? Because there's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah, there's like heaps of uproar. Saying
that
it's like, look how racist he is. He
The
must be
whole
a racist.
cancel culture.
Exactly.
Uh,
But I don't know. Some people deserve to get cancelled, but if they're like currently being bad people, yes, but not for like shit that's happened in the past. Because you're a different
Yeah.
person, like from the person you were fucking a second ago.
yeah, no, 100%. You're
You should
obviously
still
gonna
be
be
like
growing.
held accountable for certain things, but fuck.
That's crazy. Like, just by you saying that, it reminds you of this thing that Gary Vee would always say that, like, in 5, 10 years, like, no one's going to be able to hide anything because they've put it out on social media. And that just fits perfectly with this whole cancel culture that's been going on around.
Yes.
Wow. I love Gary Vee. That's my chair.
He's good. He's good. I think he went too overboard in trying to convince people all they needed to do was like
Just do it.
just hawk shit every day, like fucking
Or, like, going to garage
pull a
sales.
mattress like halfway across the city and sell it for like $10 and shit. Like, no, that's not the best way to use your time. Go meditate if you don't have a job. Just fucking sit somewhere.
It's just more about a hustle work.
Yeah.
it's-
No, yeah, teaching people how to be at work. But what I think is important just from the past couple of years of my life is like construction is like a good
So that's the stuff that you're doing now?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think being in construction and like watching a project grow from like, you know, demolishing what's there, old like decrepit building, running
True.
all the services,
Like seeing the whole progression or the process. Yeah.
and then
fuck.
having like this, you know, now when I go there, say I need like whatever fix some fuck up. You see the
Most of the
kids.
time?
Kids are in there. Yeah, most of the time. The kids are in there enjoying like the space. It's like a functioning sort of childcare center. It's being used.
Yeah.
You see like people are happy in this space that you brought from nothing.
And before, yeah, true, because you get to see the whole transformation
Yeah.
from there was just dirt.
Yeah, and it's just important for like I think there's a book. It's like the art of motorcycle maintenance, Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance.
I've never heard about this.
And this guy like I think him and his dad like fix up an old bike, and through like fixing up this old bike like discovers Zen together or something. I haven't read the book. I've just heard of it, but
It's like that.
it's sort of a similar process when you go to work and like build
Yeah.
in construction.
It gives
that-
it gives like somewhat of a profound meaning to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And it's like you can watch like your life has a stage where it's not repetitive. If you go into I don't know, I'm not saying all desk jobs, but I assume a lot of desk jobs are like the same sort of
Yeah,
thing.
very repetitive.
Yeah.
Well, every job is very repetitive.
It is.
Even your job would be very repetitive if you zoom out and see like in 10 years
Yes.
how many houses you've built or
Yeah.
how many places has been built. Yeah.
Mm.
Shit.
But it's not repetitive on like a daily.
Yeah.
So
It's so it's giving you perspective.
definitely. It's allowed me to like, I don't feel, what's the word? Constrained by time anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like time just passes and I'm not like waiting around for time to pass like I used to.
Yeah.
Is that?
Or you're not giving time too much importance anymore.
Yeah. And it's not like I don't have enough time. I have plenty of time, but I just don't, like, fuck. I use it. Man.
Yeah. How long have you been doing it in the construction work now?
Like full time, 2 years.
Okay.
Over 2 years now.
Oh, true, because you were finishing your uni degree prior to that.
Yeah.
Fuck, how long did that take you?
Like an extra, 2 years.
Well, because
But I was still doing it when I started with.
did you go to uni though right after high school? No. You
Yeah,
never-
I did. I did
Yeah,
a
you did.
construction. I did the first year of construction, and that's
Okay.
how I was able to like.
Fast track almost.
Yeah, so I had a year completed, and then
Yeah.
to finish the last year and a half or whatever. it was. So it was 2 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Even without that, like I've learned so much more, obviously, because that was just online.
Oh, what? The whole uni thing?
Yeah.
What?
It was
How were
through-
you bothered to do online stuff?
I don't know. I wasn't really bothered, but I just like did the exams when I needed to.
Yeah,
And shit.
okay.
Yeah.
Or the assessments, or whatever you
Yeah,
need to do.
yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, that's crazy. Because even because I don't know if I told you, but there's a course out there to get a certificate in, what's the certificate called?
Were you saying counselling? Or?
It's to help people with psychedelics. So treat patients with psychedelics.
Right.
It's psychedelic assisted therapy.
Cool.
It's
So
the
it
name of
is
the
almost
course.
like a shaman.
Yeah. So, bro, how crazy is that? I put a
That's cool.
shaman card doing tarot card reading. That's what I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I put out a shaman card.
That's sick.
But anyways, yeah. So there's that course, right? But you need to have a degree in psychology, counsel, social work, or So you need to have a degree and spend 100 hours in the field before you can apply for this course.
Yeah.
So I'm just if I really want to do that, I need to go study. And
Yes.
going to uni? I just can't see myself doing the exams, doing all the work, bro. For man, if I was to do a psychology degree, it's 7 years, bro.
Yeah. See.
It's it's 4 years of just studying, and then 3 years, I think, in the field, and then you finally can get your whole psychology degree. It's fucking crazy. It's nuts, man. But
I don't know. Psychology is available to everyone. You don't need to go see
free.
a psychologist, but you should if you need to see a psychologist. I have in my past. I don't anymore, but it is all free and readily available for you to research and understand and look on YouTube and watch videos, and then you can do all the CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, yourself at home. You don't need to be sitting in a room with someone if you're scared of it, because some people are. They don't want to go and talk to a stranger about their issues. Is this person gonna rat me in for the shit I've done? But anyway, do it yourself. It's important. Physical health and mental health are the two most important attributes to maintaining your temple.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. What do you think you learned the most from going to seeing someone? Something that you took away the most?
I went through an alcohol recovery program and saw a shout out Dr. Ryan. Dude, saved my life, bro. Put everything into perspective for me, got me on the right medication for my mind, made me see alcohol for what it really is, which is a destroyer of just fucking sense. You lose your senses on alcohol.
How long ago was this that you started seeing?
It's gonna be a month on April 4th that I haven't had alcohol. From drinking over
A month or a year?
a year, sorry. A year.
So almost a month away, 5 weeks away.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a whole year. And then prior to that, so you stopped drinking after you saw him. How many sessions did it take?
Maybe 3. I went through I ended up in hospital a few times. I did some fucked up shit. We'll go through in maybe an episode of Finding Gratitude. But yeah, so it took me probably 3 months to get better after relapsing a couple times.
Sure.
And then had one fucked up night, and then just thought, no, it's not worth it or whatever. Yeah. But anyway, go seek help. You can get free counseling from your local health district, drug and alcohol clinic, whenever you want. Just call them up, speak to them. Good people.
Yeah, I think you can get 10 free.
And it's not it's whatever it is, man. If I went I was in there with alcohol, the guy next to me was getting his methadone injection or whatever.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it's everything that is affecting your life negatively can be resolved.
And sometimes it's all you need is to speak to someone.
Yeah, definitely. So I think what I was saying was, obviously speak to someone, people, if you're at the extreme circumstance, but even if you're having a bad day, do meditation, a guided meditation session, maybe a bit of cognitive behavior therapy. Connect in your mind why you felt a certain way that day, what triggered it, and then not avoiding the triggers, but just controlling everything before the trigger arises, so you never have to deal with it. You can just walk around the world and not be triggered because you can avoid it all to a certain extent. Someone's going to say the wrong thing. I say the wrong thing to people all the time. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't mean it. I'm not intending. So you're not getting any negative energy from me, even if you're getting like the words. You think
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, it's very hard to just be constantly self-aware,
Mm.
like just constantly throughout the whole day, knowing that what you're saying might affect other
Yes.
people. So then knowing, like, you know what I mean, the things to say and what not to say.
Mm.
It's just, yeah, it's a lot of work to just
Yeah.
be in that conscious, I guess, behavior. But fuck, that's crazy.
But like to take it back, you don't need a psychology degree, like 7 years,
Yeah.
to feel what your destiny is, or what you think your destiny is, which is to be sort of a spiritual guide, is what I'm understanding. Yeah, is that what you're thinking? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to help people with the trauma,
yes. So if you want to do that through like your,
but
experience-
using psychedelics
Yeah.
to bring out those emotions and be like trying to change like the patterns or the behaviors that come about because of that traumatic experience that you had 5 years ago,
So-
which is making you, you know, like pretty much what you were saying, like
Yeah.
trying to go into that.
So what I wonder is, would it be more beneficial for you? Don't go to university and do psychology. You go and do like a 6 month, I don't know. You're in the jungle with like you're like a apprentice to a shaman.
Yeah, well,
You know,
I
bro,
mean,
that's cooler, bro. That's like, and then that's like real fucking.
bro, that's hard, man. Like shamans, like kids, like the stories that I've heard
Yeah.
about, you know, like shamanism back in the jungle of Peru, like kids that were chosen to be the next shaman, right, will be drinking a cup of ayahuasca like every single day from they're like 5 years old.
These poor kids, bro.
That's what I mean, bro.
Oh, no.
And you're telling me to be like the apprentice. Like I should go to the jungle of Peru. I can speak the language.
Exactly.
I mean, to an extent, because like if you go deep, they'll be speaking their own language,
Mm.
which could be like Quechua, which is the native language from them.
But people
But everyone speaks Spanish.
communicate through.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's probably a lot of English, like people, like English speaking people that would have gone there and done that. But yeah, you're right. Like that would probably be better than me doing 7 years or 5 years, or even just a 3-year social course work. But then that sort of qualification, it's got nothing. Like I'm not gonna be able to apply for this certificate, so I can actually do that and help people. Or do you think I just don't do it and then I just do it like I don't, you know, I guess make it not legal. So it'll be like I'll be running a
It's not
shamanism
about
thing.
legal or not legal. You can. I understand.
But then like
Because
how am I
if
going to
you
be able
wanna
to help the most people?
You can't administer an illegal.
That's
drug.
right.
Right. I understand. So
Yeah.
you need to be licensed to.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Which is that certificate. Like
Yeah.
that certificate allows
It
you
gives you the
to
licensing
use their
to-
like and it's psilocybin and MDMA. Like
Right, okay.
bro, in 5 years time there's going to be like 6 drugs added to that. Like there's going to be like ketamine cuz they're already using ketamine to treat depression.
Yeah.
There's going to be tons of fucking, you know, legal stuff that like doctors are going to be able to use to
Yes.
help people deal with this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, if I want to help the most people, I need to go study. I don't know another way around it, but apparently there's other ways around it. Like if you do like a life coach degree, like no, it's not even a degree. Like
Like a
I'm pretty
diploma
sure.
or something?
Yeah, I don't even know if there's an actual diploma of life coach because I don't think it's like an actual like thing to study.
Right. It'd be like a certificate.
Yeah,
of
yeah, it would be a certificate.
compliance.
Yeah, so like
The Tony Robbins course of life.
yeah, some shit like you know, like
Yeah,
someone has made
yeah,
this thing up.
yeah, yeah.
and it's like, here, you're fucking.
I went to like Trump University. Fucking
Trump University. But yeah, so like you can go that route and still have like let's say 100 hours working with people that you can apply for that certificate. So there's different ways around it. I just need to like get into it.
I signed up for a, what are they called? Like a case study test.
Case study test.
Like psilocybin
Yeah.
case study. Like,
oh, true. Like a trial kind
yeah,
of
so
thing.
my doctor signed me up. He's like, maybe if you can't get off alcohol naturally, you can cure it with like
Psychedelics.
And he goes, you can like, you know.
The same doctor that you were saying.
Yes, and it was actually Mind Matters. That's what made me think of it, because you said Mind Matters.
True.
Yeah.
What
So,
Mind Matters?
did you say Mind Matters?
I said Mind Medicine. Mind Medicine Australia.
Okay, I think the company was called Mind Matters that was like doing it.
It might have actually been the same one, Mind Medicine Australia. He just thought it was Mind Matters.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I remember MMI or something.
Yeah.
Anyway. So
MMA is...
MMA. Signed me up for it, but I don't think I got accepted or whatever.
How long ago was that? That he signed you up? A while ago.
A year and...
Yeah. So like, yeah, true. And would you say that mushies also kind of help you stop drinking alcohol?
Yes. So after not being accepted for that, you speak of synchronicity.
Yeah.
Just got a text from like one of my fucking signal dealers, like shrooms. Or
Signal was in the app?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, hectic. I'll take shrooms myself. And I remember taking them, and my plan was to go to 77. There was like a like a techno night on.
Sevs, like
Yeah.
77,
Yeah.
like Club 77.
And I walked in there. It was like the first time I'd been in there in years, and it was completely different. Like they've completely like changed it. It wasn't like the Sevs I knew. I got so scared because I was just like,
oh shit! Was this on mushies too?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's like so bright in there, and, like commercial and shit, and like you can see everyone. It's not like before. There's no like smoking room downstairs and shit.
Oh, true.
Anyway, but like I was like, whoa.
Overwhelming,
Yeah.
bro. Oh my god.
So I just like walked out and just started walking straight towards, you know, where like the ships are at Woolloomooloo.
Yeah.
So I just walked all the way down there, like just pacing, like listening to tracks. And then
Did you just go there by yourself to this event?
yeah. But like I do that most. I've been doing that for the past couple of years. Anyway, that night, like I definitely had like a realization. This was after I'd stopped drinking for maybe 2 weeks,
Yeah.
maybe a little longer. And I was kind of struggling. I thought maybe I wanted to start drinking again.
Yeah,
And then-
yeah, that's crazy. You were having like relapsing.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I feel like the mushrooms kind of like straightened me out. Whatever I went through that night in my head, I didn't drink ever. Maybe it helped, maybe it didn't. But I didn't want to drink after that.
Yeah, true.
But they say 28 days. I made it through like 28 days, and then I don't know.
28 days is like the fucking point.
Yeah, of like when you first show up to like recovery, rehab, or whatever the fuck they call it. They say like, all right, you need to stop drinking, and we'll give you like high dosage Valium every day. But I was working at the time, and I was used
High
to
dosage Valium.
yeah.
What? So diazepam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they would just give you like 20, maybe even more than 20 milligrams of Valium, like
Per
twice a day.
Okay, twice a day.
Yeah, so like that's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, because they usually come in 5 mils.
Yeah, so I think it's like 4 valleys.
But 5 mils were the premium ones, the fucking blue ones, and then they switched it to the 1 mil ones, the white ones.
I didn't take
I think
it
so.
because they said you need to come here and you need to stay here so you don't go to work and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Because
I didn't
you
want
fucking
my
tie up,
boss-
like
Yeah.
you're doped up on fucking Valium shit.
So I did alcohol like cold turkey, just like cigarettes, not even smoking weed or anything. I couldn't find weed at that time
Oh no way.
because I hadn't been like smoking while I was drinking. 'Cause I was drinking like so much.
True, you kind of replaced smoking with drinking.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know why I did. I think it was fuck. Anyway.
If like mushes helped out, and yeah, they did help out. Then
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
you
so.
kinda had that.
That was the last time I did mushrooms, and I made a pact with myself that, because I've done a lot of mushrooms in the past, that I'd only use mushrooms at times of crisis in my life to sort of resolve an issue. I won't use them as a...
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't think they need to be used recreationally. I think they're a gift from God. They need to be like...
But like you could be dealing with shit every single week.
I'm not anymore.
Sure.
I'm not, bro.
Okay, no,
I
that
am.
makes
I'm in
sense.
such like a fucking great
Place?
headspace right now.
Yeah, fuck. That's good, man. That's fucking
Yeah.
so good to hear. And on the weekend when I was talking to Zoe, it was the girl that I locked eyes with. She's like one of the questions was like, "What are you most happy about yourself?" And I'm like, "Everything." Like I just feel like I am in such a good place right now,
That's good, man.
spiritual,
I'm
like
happy to hear that, bro.
mentally
I'm,
and
like,
like
very glad.
physically. And then she's like, "Yeah, I can tell. Like I can totally see it." And I was like, "Fuck yeah."
Maybe that's what like attracted us to each other just out here. You know what I mean? In front of Bunnings.
Bro, maybe you're right, bro. Because like, did I send you the like small clip that I made of me like seeing you? I think I sent you, right?
No, you didn't.
Fucking crazy shit. I was just, oh man, it's too smoky. She's walking, like as she would have saying, to the gym, and then fucking, oh mate, Goggy 300, bro. Fucking haven't seen this cunt in like probably 5-6 years, and I don't know, it fucking stops this guy and is like, bro, Miggy! Oh, bro, fucking
Insane, bro.
small world, bro.
Never forget a face, man.
Never fucking forget. Never. It's the best shit, man.
Fuck, I didn't send you.
No,
It's literally just me walking and then me running into you. I
Oh,
was like,
true.
oh my god, let me put it. But bro, man, like me watching that, because I'm pretty sure I sent it to like Quaid and Ray, and me watching that back, I'm like, fuck, like I am so happy to like actually see you, bro. I was just
so
like,
G'd,
just smiling, man. I was like, fuck. Yeah, because it made me feel like, I don't know, it was just good to
It was
see you
good,
again.
man. Yeah,
It's
same.
like, fuck, it's been way too long. Like, where this cunt's been, bro.
Last time I saw you, like you were taking like stuff out of my garage. I think we had like lunch together. So like,
Yeah, no, I came over to pick up some stuff, and
Yeah.
you were like, here you go. Bye. And that was like 6 years ago, maybe. I don't even know.
you reckon that longer? No, it wasn't that.
4
long.
years?
Yeah.
I don't know. I lose sense of
Yeah, I
track
lost
of
a bit,
time.
but-
Like, fuck.
But yeah.
Like last time, yeah.
and
The
then,
first.
then I went through like bad breakup, went to Europe for a couple months, and then when I came back from Europe, just started drinking every day.
Fuck. Did you start drinking in Europe?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say that's what like kicked it off, and then I came back and I missed it, so I just like kept drinking.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And didn't stop until April 4th last
Yeah.
year. Had a beer, had like. Drink more water or you'll die, man.
Who are you, bro? Mick Jenkins?
Yeah, fuck. Let's go, Miguel.
Of course. Drink
Um,
more water.
I went down to Balmain, and there's like an old pub just like halfway down before you get down to like, you know, the cove at Balmain that looks at Brink Road.
Yeah. What's that name of the pub? I've been to that pub.
It's really nice, eh?
I
Yeah.
know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got bags there once. and-
Yeah, fuck yeah. It's like that type of place.
Yeah.
And they were serving like some sort of Cooper's vintage ale that was like 12%. And I remember getting like a pint.
12%.
Yeah, I got a pint of that, and I went upstairs, and they had like a pool room that was like overlooking like the fucking harbour or whatever. I might be imagining that. And then, yeah, just playing pool. Had my like final pint, went home, and that was it, bro. That was like the last drink I ever had in my life, and I ever will have in my life.
I feel like there's a lot of us that are alcoholics and we don't even know about it. Like, oh, I mean, we might think about it and we joke around it and we laugh about it, but it's like, oh shit, I'm drinking fucking every single day. When did you realize that you were drinking too much? Was it just because you kept doing crazy shit or you were like, fuck?
So imagine a period of, I got back from Europe, June 2018,
Yeah.
I think.
4 years ago now.
Yeah. And then yeah, June 2018. No. 2019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, June 2019. So at the end of June 2019 to last year, so that's 2.5 years. April last
Yeah, 2.5 years.
something like that. I would just like drink, but I started drinking like at the pub every day, having.
And this is like you were still like you were working at this point.
I was working, driving. Like I drove through the whole time, didn't lose my license. Would like drive home blackout drunk. I apologize for that. I'm so
Okay.
glad I never killed, hurt, crashed my car. Yeah, but it's don't fucking drink and drive. But yeah, it was just that whole period, and then it went from like beer to fucking spirits, and then like vodka's the easiest one to like hide, so I can like wake up in the morning, like scull like a third of a bottle of vodka or whatever,
Fuck.
like drink mouthwash, not even like spit it out, drink it so I can like hide the smell, just like puff darts, and then like not eat for days, and then like if I'm like fucked, get bags just to like stay up.
Shit, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, I'm coming down too quickly, I'm gonna go black, and I'll get a bag so I can like.
Fuck.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a terrible life to live, man. And then still wake up in the morning at
Yeah.
6 and go to work and like function at work and like do an okay job, which is kind of crazy.
Fuck. That's crazy. Even just waking up. And
I would
just
always have a bottle of
drinking.
car in the like a bottle of vodka in the car. I would go to my car and like just thinking about like a hot summer day, like taking of like
Fuck.
like literally 40 degree like fucking vodka. And
Yeah, it's like literally you like swapped weed for
Definitely.
alcohol. Cause like when you wake up now, do you smoke weed?
Yeah, I smoke weed all the time. But like I
You
definitely
feel it
did.
inside your car and everything. You know,
Yeah,
it's like it's.
But how much better? That's why they don't let you do it. Maybe some people need to function with an addiction. Maybe I'm just like, weed is the
It's kind of like you.
least harmful of all of.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And it gives you like
Like-
I don't know. For me, it gives me focus and energy throughout the day to go out and like achieve my goals. And I actually do feel that from weed. And I always have this argument with like my dad, who's like, fucking lazy stoners. I'm like, fucking Steve Jobs was a stoner or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck.
so many people
Yeah.
smoke weed all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what about like Snoop Dogg? Like, he's probably smoked. You know what I mean? How much weed do you reckon he smoked? And look at this cunt, bro.
The motherfucker is weed, bro. Like,
Did you see the halftime show?
we just haven't needed to, bro. He wasn't high enough. Snoop's like, I'm not high enough. I need to smoke. I'm fucking this. Next week smoking all day. He's like, I'm not high, brother. I was
Yeah. But yeah, who was doing what back then?
So the first time they took like a very high dosage of mushrooms together. He tells the story. I think it's Ram Dass telling the story. I was listening to a podcast.
Like from a while ago.
Yeah, there's like old recordings of them. And he goes like, we took crazy bunch of mushrooms, everything was going cool. Something about a dog being dead or not being dead or being hurt, and then like I had to get.
Oh, you want to pick up your microphone? Yeah.
So they're all like, they've taken mushrooms together. They have an interaction with like someone's child. Make sure like the dog is okay. They were all tripping, thinking like the dog.
Yeah.
They had harmed it in some way, but they weren't. They were just high as fuck. Anyway, and then I think he's tripping and he's like retelling the story, and he goes in this like crazy like, I don't know what the word is. What's the word, like the best way to describe like mushrooms at their peak?
It's very overwhelming.
Overwhelming, yeah. So in this like overwhelming experience, he realized there was still like a conscious observer within like all this commotion in his mind.
Yeah, okay.
There was still like one point that was conscious.
Yeah.
So that made me think, what if like humans are like a drone being controlled? So I remember taking a lot of shrooms and thinking like, is my soul, or like where am I in my body? I could never locate myself in my body. I'll always be like moving up and down my body through different body parts, and I could never be like, fuck, this is where I like feel. I always felt alien to my own body when I take mushrooms.
You've always felt alien to your body when
Yeah.
you take mushrooms.
So I feel like I don't exist. I feel like the body is just a tool that's being granted to me by a creator
But like,
to run experiments with.
so you're having an out-of-body experience when you take.
It's not out
mushroom?
of body. Like it's
What's
people
that
say
noise?
it's out of body. Planes maybe.
No, it's vibrating though. I don't know if it's trucks that are driving past, but yeah. Anyway.
You kind of get what I mean though. Like, so this is the way I kind of explain it to myself in my head. You know, like how drones are being controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just a drone that's being controlled by.
Yeah.
That's, you know, and what we're being controlled by is like just a very small percentage of the one.
Yeah. But then, so when you take shrooms, how does it make you feel?
I feel like I can not escape my body, but I can move around my body with ease. I can move around like rooms and stuff with.
You can move rooms.
Yeah, I think I have this like constant thought that with enough like concentration, I could probably levitate.
Yeah. Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand what you mean. You're kind of like getting closer to being God.
Not even that. I think just like being disconnected from
This reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've like when you feel that sort of like break in.
Yeah.
In
When
the
you've
in-
taken enough shrooms though,
Yeah.
and you get to that point, and it's just like,
So I think that
holy shit.
where I was trying to go with it was, we take the drug, whatever drug it is, psychedelic or whatever it is, releases chemicals in our body, and those chemicals are just maybe like heightened different antennas and senses that we have.
Yeah.
And that's how we pick up, you know, information, data, everything. We pick it up through like our senses: eyes, ears, nose, mouth, touch, feel, whatever the fuck it is, your heart, your brain. So you take DMT, the DMT isn't affecting you, it's affecting your tool and letting your tool sort of
Fuck.
open that antenna for 25, 30 minutes. So then you can use your tool to fucking experience this, like, boom, boom, like this.
Yeah.
But you can't always have it because then it'd be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably, and then people that do maybe overuse psychedelics can like go over the edge, right? Into like
'Cause they
psychosis.
spend too much time.
But that's just your
somewhere
car
else.
breaking down, bro. It's like you fucking redline that thing for too much and the brain's just gone. You got to use the brain like appropriately. You can't fucking, and then taking alcohol just takes all your senses away. That's what I mean by that. Like you don't have sense of fucking. I could see you. I would have, if I was drunk and I saw you, I wouldn't have yelled out and said, "Hey, Miguel." Like, I would have just kept driving.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what do you think that is?
Because you don't have a sense of fucking reality.
Oh, fuck.
That's why I think alcohol's
To-
fun to fuck around
To
with.
the point that you're kind of like always blacked out though.
Mm.
Because then you don't know anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's making decisions for you when you're in,
Mm.
like at that state?
Just your animal brain, bro. Your little fucking like.
Like primitive brain.
Yeah. Oh, I just got my COVID test result. Let's hope I'm not positive, guys. Live unboxing, guys.
Tell us.
Negative. I'm positively negative, guys.
When did you get a test done?
This morning.
How come?
I was driving past and I thought, fuck it.
Oh, true. Do you get yourself tested every now and then?
Every now and then, man. Every now and
'Cause
then.
are you vaxxed?
Double vax with the AZ,
Oh, true.
A to Z, Alpha to Omega, AstraZeneca, baby. That's me. Little AZ. Ooh, Little AZ, yeah, that's my
Little
rubber
AZ.
name. I didn't want to go with Pfizer because I don't trust the Germans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, historically
German?
unreputable Germans.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so I went with the British, historically unreputable British. But anyway,
Well, you can't trust anyone, to be honest.
I just thought the British wouldn't poison their own population, but the Germans would poison the whole world if they wanted to, if that made sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then like but I think everyone in England's getting AIDS now, from what I've heard.
From the Pfizer? From
Yeah,
the-
from like
the
some
Astra?
weird HIV strain.
Oh, no way.
Not from Pfizer, just I think, yeah, maybe
Just
the
AIDS is the
vaccine.
next outbreak.
Yeah, it could be.
Fuck. Yeah.
I hope not.
Maybe we should be getting tested for AIDS as well, not just fucking COVID.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck. I feel good though. Apparently, it's going to be normal for heart conditions to rise in the future, and there's these like articles coming out now to like soften it. It's like, oh, daylight savings is bad for your heart because you're waking up too early or something.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
keep
but
seeing
no,
those
it's the
fucking-
vaccine, man. It's not. It's not daylight savings. It's not.
It's definitely daylight savings. What do you mean?
I was like, fuck, man, don't eat that. That other slice of bacon, which is true, but don't eat it because you fucking. You've had your fourth fucking Pfizer booster.
Bro, what was gonna happen if you tested positive and the message that you got said you had COVID?
I'd have to kill you and just destroy everything. Right?
Oh,
Imagine I'm that guy. I'm just out fucking spitting in your face with like COVID. That'd be disgusting. I'd have to destroy all evidence of it. It did say positive, right? Negative.
Oh man.
You're okay.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like I've slept in the same bed as someone that was positive. Man.
Really? Are you positive? Do you get checked up?
No, I only used to get checked when I needed to. So like when I was traveling, and then there was the whole, you need to get tested 72 hours before you travel and shit.
Are you Pfizer?
Yeah, double
Pfizer,
vax.
double
Pfizer.
vax. Booster?
No
No booster.
No booster. I'm not gonna get it if I don't have to get it. Like, I didn't even want to get the vaccine. I was kind of like made and forced to get it.
Yes, I think we all were. Like, construction shut down.
Yeah. Well, same for me. Work. I needed to show proof of vax, and I needed to do a test.
Yes.
Just to go into a shoot.
That's right.
And it's just like fuck.
If you want to make money, you have to. But you don't have to get the vaccine. But if you want to live.
Yeah. You're just so restricted around everything.
And then for it to be like such a non-issue now, where they're saying, okay, fuck, people that are infected but don't have symptoms can go to work.
Yeah. How has all that changed?
That would be unheard of a year and a half ago. It'd be like fucking ridiculous
Bro,
to say anything like
earlier
that.
this year, like fucking cases rose to like 100,000 a day.
Yes, man.
and nothing closed.
We were counting like, oh, it's a couple hundred.
Yeah, bro. Last year it was like 200, and fucking the whole borders shut
Fuck,
down.
bro. They shut down
everything, locked
every
down,
fucking
locked
construction
down
site,
everything,
bro. No wogs were
I don't
allowed
get
out of
it.
their houses, bro. No one was fucking
Good,
allowed
bro.
anywhere, bro.
Good, man.
Fucking
Keep
5
them
Ks
down.
from your house, bro.
Keep
There's
them
nothing
in
5
your
Ks from my
house.
house. There's no beaches. I'm just imagining Iggy fucking skiing it, bro. 5 Ks. Because we don't go Xula Mall, fuck off.
He wouldn't even go to Xula, motherfucker.
Bro, like, and then the blessed stay blessed, bro, and the poor infect themselves because they just want to go see their families and they fucking drive around or whatever, man. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
they make stuff like stupid decisions.
Yeah, more of us are getting affected because he's like, fuck, there's more of us.
Yeah, essentially more of fuck, that's crazy.
Or whatever it is. Anyway, but like Sydney's become like a massively, I think, what's the word, divided?
Sydney's becoming divided.
I think it always has been to a
have
certain
you-
degree, but I feel like Sydney's becoming more divided by cultural lines.
100% it's
and
becoming
class
more
lines and
divided.
stuff.
There's been so many times. There's so many things been going on around the world. Like even like with BLM last year, and how there was massive commotion created with the protests and shit in the cities. So it's
Yeah.
definitely creating a divide. But have you been following with what's been going on at Canberra? With like, I think there was 500,000, bro, or like close to 1 million of people fucking protesting.
My boss is from Canberra, like lives down there, comes to Sydney for work, and he said he saw at least 500,000 people there.
Yeah.
And then he has a drone, and he like flew his drone around, and like he goes, I learnt this thing in like the military where I'll get 100 people, like when I zoom in, and then I'll just multiply that, and then you can work out fucking how many people there are in a zone. So you can work out what like 10,000 people look
Yeah,
like, and then
okay.
fucking multiply that. Anyway, did that, and he goes, there's like 500,000 people when I was like flying above there. So anyway, and there's a lot of people, but the media never spoke of it really.
It's still going on, man.
Is it still going on?
People still there.
I didn't know I thought like they were all dispersed already.
Actually, that was a couple days ago, so I don't know if they actually end up
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah, me neither. But like I know in Canada they've dispersed.
Or what they're
everyone.
doing in Canada as well.
That's what started it. Canada would like, they started this. What were they called? The Freedom Convoy, maybe.
True.
The
Canada. groups
truckers
on Facebook.
So all the truckers like, apparently if you.
How
if
did
you
they
wa-
get big on Facebook?
How they get big on Facebook?
No, like how did they get recognized?
They got recognized because they're just all driving. Like imagine thousands of trucks driving down the road.
True.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
beeping their horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
What were they trying to do?
against government mandates.
Okay.
So all the truckers united because, say, 80% of people want to get vaccinated, 20% don't. But the 20% that don't still want to be a trucker and drive, but they
Yeah.
can't get through like state lines or whatever
Because they're not vaccinated.
because they're not vaccinated.
Yeah.
So they're like, nah, obviously, like they've got unions. They all like in it with the boys. So they all stood up for like
Yeah,
the
true.
unvaccinated.
Fuck.
And that was like what kicked off this movement. And they drove all the way to Ottawa, which is like driving to Canberra. But like they drove from like fucking one side of Canada to the other side.
True.
And like got all these trucks together. When they went to Ottawa,
So Ottawa is where the Parliament House is. I don't know
Yeah.
how Canada
Yeah.
is like. Are they
yeah,
same
so
as
it's like
here, or
Canberra.
do they have
They
a-
got a Parliament House there.
True.
And then they enacted like an emergencies act, which meant they could like freeze your bank accounts if they found you to be like a protester, like just super,
What?
yeah, like
Just overnight.
yeah, authoritarian, yeah.
Send some signatures here and there. It's done.
It's done.
Fuck.
And these motherfuckers,
Holy shit.
so these motherfuckers just like froze everyone's bank accounts and pretty much like stopped people bringing them fuel, and then brought in like tow trucks, forced the tow trucks under like an emergency act to tow the trucks. So the tow truck companies were like trying to assist and not tow any of the trucks out of the capital. And they were forcing. There's like videos of them coming in, but they've covered all their like names and everything and their faces.
Yeah.
They don't want to be identified by these people because like they're on their side, but they're being forced by the government to fucking remove these people's trucks. and shit.
Fuck.
So it's like it's a very un-Canada like situation in Canada, and they're trying to paint these guys as all being like sort of like white supremacist, ultra right
Yeah.
nationalist. But I don't think any of them really are. Maybe there is a few, but everyone's fucking. There's a
Fuck,
few
that's
bad
intense.
apples that don't spoil the bunch or whatever.
But then how did Australia end up doing the same thing here?
So that kicked off a movement, I guess, around the world, and then Australia. Um, I assume it's the same people that, were not rioting, protesting in the city, maybe like.
Oh, true. The same people that. Okay.
I would assume the same
Yeah.
like organizers.
Same like organizers.
Yeah.
Same leaders. Like
Same leaders saying, you know what I mean? There's like there's higher ups on this, like what people would call the right wing of Australia. And you can call it whatever you want. I think there's people that want to like,
Is it the right wing?
that's what they get labelled as, yeah.
Oh, true. Fuck, I didn't know that.
And then like left wing, I guess, would be more the Greens, and then like pro Aboriginal rights, pro trans
True.
rights,
Wouldn't
gender
it all
rights.
be on the same then?
No, because there's like people that like are ultra Christian,
Yeah. Okay, get it.
don't want any sort of gay agenda taught in schools. They don't want
Oh,
any,
true. Yeah.
which I agree with to a certain degree, but like, don't teach it to little children. Teach it to like grown children. If you want to teach it at like 16, gender and stuff, that's fine.
True.
But you don't teach it to like 5 and 6 year olds, because then you can like influence what they think.
Yeah.
I think let them just experience the world like we
Little
did,
bit
and then make a decision when they're in puberty and they know, oh, fuck, I feel like a chick, or I feel like a whatever.
Yeah.
I want to fuck this, I want to fuck that. Because like, other than having sex for reproductive matters, everything after that's just like a kink, like a human kink. You know what I mean? Like, you can have straight sex, gay sex, you can have fucking anal sex, you can have
Ah.
head job, you can have, I don't know, bro,
Yeah.
someone can shit in your chest, someone can fucking piss in your mouth, or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, they're all
It's got
a level.
different-
There's like a spectrum of kink,
Yeah.
other than sex when you make it
Make
to make a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you agree?
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it now. Well, I mean, I don't know if I agree, but like I didn't perceive it that way, but now I understand it. So it's like, fuck, true that.
That's how I've been perceiving like sex and gender lately.
It's true, yeah.
Like, there's no difference between, unless there's a victim. That's the only time there's a difference, right?
Yeah.
So you can't have a sexual kink or like something that's going to victimize someone and
Hurt someone else.
hurt someone else, right?
Yeah,
That's
no,
why
that's true.
pedophilia is looked down upon. If pedophilia didn't have a victim, it would be the same as fucking gay sex.
Yeah.
Pause. Right? You know what I mean? Like,
Pause.
but like, it's in the same spectrum of like, it's irregular from, and they're trying
It
to
would be, yeah.
if you were to like do a whole spectrum, one of those bell curves, most people would be in the middle, and those people are all just regular boy, girl, straight.
Yeah.
And then you kind of teeter off, and then people are like a little bit different, and then like very, very,
Different.
yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's the way I see it. Or I've been trying to make sense of it, and I feel like people are, it's very indulgent of a society, like our Western culture, to like start defining ourselves by our sexual kinks. Like, I'm a whatever. Like, you need to call me by this pronoun because that's what like I want to be.
Because this is what I like and enjoy. You can call me this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, eh? Like, fuck.
It's very indulgent.
We give words so much meaning.
We do, man. We give words so much meaning, and then like just like throw our intentions around with like
Yeah.
no thought at all.
Yeah, and then like our emotions get attached to these words. Fuck.
And you become defined.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
I think like those like French philosophers in like the 1800s, they defined it as material dialectics.
Material dialectics.
Yeah, I think material dialectics or dialectic materialism, and it's. I think that the basis of the theory is that you define yourself by your possessions, and then like as a human you can carry many like.
Which is what is now.
Let's just say, as a man, you can be a father, a son, a brother, employer, employee. I can be a soccer player. I can be a member of this, of that. But and we use these things in our life to define who we are as a person, right?
Yeah.
We start giving ourselves titles or
Like a status or something.
yeah, it's not even a status. Like you start embellishing your life with titles.
Okay.
I'm this, I'm that, and then they're like pins. You kind of like you can put on your badge, like those army fucking pins.
Okay, yeah.
You imagine like
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that. Anyway, but like instead of being defined by our actions anymore, where like being say a good father or a good brother or whatever, people, or like having a trade, or being like a very craftful person or something, you start to find yourself by your possessions. Like,
Yeah.
I'm an iPhone user. I'm a
Or even like money related. Like I have X amount of money in my
Yes.
bank account, so I'm so much better
Yes,
than you, so much
exactly,
better than you.
yeah. And then the system that you build around all that accepts it, right? So obviously the people who have created the system at the top are allowed to like define the rules of the game, and we have to play unless we like were to remove them. But if you remove them, it's like you're going to end up being the same person as them. It's like inevitable. That person needs to exist, an archetype of like the world. There needs to be fucking bad for like us to be good. If
Yeah.
no one was fucking, I'd be a shit cunt if like no one was a fucking shit cunt to me. I need to experience someone being bad to
Yeah,
me.
complementary opposites. Like there's always gonna be that the opposite for it to exist.
Yeah.
If not, it wouldn't be existent.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
So I don't mind that there's people that hold a system in place. I understand people who feel hard done by it, but I don't know, man. What's your biggest regret?
Fuck. That's a good one. What's my biggest regret? Probably not taking my chance on a girl sooner.
Mm-hmm. Like one girl in particular, or
Yeah, one girl in particular.
Okay. How long ago?
2 years ago.
Okay. So I didn't know it. It was after like.
Yeah, no.
It was in the period when like yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's probably my biggest regret. What about you?
Nah, I want to explore this one. Like, delve into it deeper.
no.
I'll tell you my biggest regret, but it's not as good as
Yeah.
the girl.
It's the only one that I can think of right now.
Does she know? Would she like ever watch this?
I don't know if she'll ever watch this, but she definitely knows how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she never reciprocated those feelings? Or she did and it went bad, like you guys fucked something up? Tables turned.
Shit, how do I handle this? She was seeing and going out with someone at the time. So it kind of just
Okay. That's
made it
difficult.
hard. But like, it wasn't like she did. Yeah. I don't know if I should say this stuff out loud just in case.
This
Might
is.
get done.
We're gonna get done. We're gonna like cut this out. This is all
Wait,
like.
we could cut.
Yeah, it's you're like the master of your own creation, bro. You can do
I
whatever
keep
you want.
forgetting that, man. Just
Yeah,
put me
man.
on the spot that I completely forgot.
Exactly. How fun is it?
I'm just gonna name her then. No, yeah. So like we kissed, but she was already going out with someone else.
Fuck. But she meant a lot to you, obviously.
Yeah, like bro. Yeah, we used to talk a lot. Like we were talking heaps, like a lot, and it went for like a couple months. But yeah, I just shot my shot too late.
That fucking sucks,
I
man.
shouldn't have waited. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have waited. Was the thing.
I've done that a couple times. Actually, more than a couple times in my life.
I
bro.
guess that's the only one that I can just think of at the moment. Or
I-
like that was the first thing that came up in my head when
Cool.
you said it.
Yeah. So you missed this girl, bro. I've like.
Yeah, 100%.
That's cool. I was gonna say I never played a team sport like outside of school. I really wanted to. I don't know why I never did. Like I never asked my parents. So I think I was probably just like shy as a
Oh,
kid.
true.
But like I reckon that would have like done me.
Good, hey.
Yeah, it
I've
was
I've
very
actually thought about that a few times, but it hasn't been like a regret thing. It's been like fuck. Like,
I think that's only like
I
I've
would have
had
done
so
well
many
in
other things
sport,
that
I
I've done
reckon,
like bad.
if I
Yeah.
could just like focus on it.
I think that would have been like.
A healthy.
I think that would have like helped me progress in my life
Yeah.
in like a different way.
It's being,
More of like a
team
leadership
environment.
role than like a following role sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe earlier. I don't know. Don't want to say.
You should have just kept going to church, bro. You could have become a leader in church.
I love church, man. Church is God saved my life. Honestly, is the truth, the one, the light, man. He's beautiful. He's it, and he's not a he. It's whatever you want to personify it as. I personify him as him because that's what we've been taught.
Yeah.
Programmed as Christians, but there's nothing bad. Like Christianity isn't evil at its roots. It's beautiful.
I don't think any of those religions are
They
evil
aren't. I love all religion.
at its roots. Like the main thing that I take about all religions is just that they're all teaching about love, man.
Love and humility, man. Being humble, bro.
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then being accepting,
It is
loving
being
of
humble,
all.
It's just true,
Leaving, like-
truly knowing that you're a child of God.
Yes, man.
Holy
Believing it,
shit.
believing it, man. Understanding it. Like, it's so lazy to be an
Wow.
atheist, bro. Don't be a lazy atheist, bro. Explore spirituality, explore yourself inside and out, man. There's so much like the world could offer you, other than like you renouncing all religion. Because
And not picking anything.
yeah, man,
Over
like
nothing. Oh,
or whatever it is, man. Like there's so many people that are like, oh,
Fuck.
God doesn't exist. Who do you think makes decisions for you, man? You don't make your own decisions.
100%.
You're guided, man. If you made your own decisions, the world would be fucking like a long. There's something that's just always trying to correct us, and we're always being pulled to like the fucking badness. As like
Yeah, that's
humans.
what it feels like all the time. What do you mean?
You just need to like accept the light and like accept gratitude, man.
Oh, true. And like, you need to go through the bad to see the good, though.
Always.
Yeah. How do you just live a happy life from the beginning? I reckon that'll be hard.
I think it's possible. I think a happy life starts with a very stress-free, I reckon, like first 5 years of your life. I think,
They're very stress-free.
yeah, like you're allowed to like grow and like become a human without like the stresses of the world being imparted. Like, you know, you don't have parents that are alcoholics or that are abusive, or you don't live in like poverty. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you live with like, you know what I mean? Like we went through war, so I didn't see my dad until I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Good time.
and so many people around me in like that Bosnian conflict were all like affected in similar ways, right? Probably you guys as well. I don't know when. No, you were all together
No.
back in Peru, yeah, and then came. Did your dad ever come here
Yeah. At the
and then
beginning.
went back? Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was here for a few months, maybe from like August to December, and then it
Just didn't like it and went home, or
yeah, he didn't kind of want to start from nothing, I
Yeah.
guess.
like my parents had nothing left back home, so they had to start.
Yeah. From nothing.
We were just talking about the other day. They came with 200 marke, Bosnian marke, which is like less than $200.
What year was this?
96, 97, 96.
True. So you were like 5.
5. Yeah. Turning 5. I think I turned 5. Like my first birthday here was 5th.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Hmm.
What did your parents end up doing for money if you didn't have any money? In 1996?
Yeah, so like both of them got jobs.
Did they already have jobs before coming here though? Did they know someone? Like, did they know family?
Nah, that we had one of my mum's sisters lived here and one of her uncles, and we stayed with them for like a few months when we first got here. So we had like some relatives here. So like my aunt here and then my mum's uncle. And then while my parents went to like quickly do like English lessons for a few months before they could like apply for work, we just like stayed with them. But like it all happened very quickly. I remember like we were renting an apartment within a few months in Australia, like on the Hume Highway, middle of Liverpool.
True.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
You know, like the part of the highway that they call Copeland Street
No.
in Liverpool.
No. Copeland.
Yeah, it's like,
Sounds familiar, but I can't.
you know, like it's Elizabeth Drive. You turn left to Elizabeth Drive. So Elizabeth Drive borders one side, Moore Street on the other, and Copeland is like. And yeah, bro, we moved from there, and then my parents like bought their first place for like whatever $130,000, and I was like massive back then.
Went in 96 as well.
Nah, they think they bought their first place. Fuck, maybe end of 97, 98.
Yeah. Fuck, that's just like a year after. How much money were they already making? To
They weren't, bro. They just saved everything. My parents were hustlers, bro.
Uh,
They just saved every dime they had, man. And my dad would like work overtime, and they'd do like 2 jobs. And like I think most of like that immigrant community did when they first got here. And then we were
Because
just
there's a lot of money as well, man.
we were just like getting taken care of on like say school holidays by, you know, grandparents or whatever, or like grandparents of cousins or something. They would
Yeah,
take care of
true.
like 4 or 5 kids.
True.
And then the parents would be out working still, because they can't like afford to take 2 weeks off. And,
Oh, on school holidays.
you know, and shit like.
Oh, no way.
I remember like my sister and me would like stay home at like from a very young age together. Probably your sister and you as well. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
under 10, I would be out alone by myself, like, all day and stuff.
Fuck. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And you
Shit,
just get up to your
that's
shit,
how I
but, like,
feel
you weren't allowed
too.
to leave your house, you know what I mean? Like, your mum be like, if you leave the house, I'm going to fucking kill you, but you can do whatever the fuck you want in the house. You just end up... I think that's what, like, grew my imagination, playing with, like... I remember being, like, young, and my sister's 3 years older than me, and then she would invent all these games and stuff, because she would be bored at home as well.
And
But,
you
like,
could
my
picture
mum
it
was,
all?
like, very scared of us leaving the house.
Yeah.
Well, not the house, the apartment, because, like, you walk outside and it's like...
The Hume Highway.
Yeah, it'd be, like, more streets, so, like, the highway's just, like, you know, 100 meters away from you or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
And then, like, you get picked on by kids, and then my mum was always scared of us, like...
What do you mean
being
your
bullied.
imagination?
Like, we would, like... I remember, like... Make toys out of paper, like cardboard. Cut them into, like, figurines. They were, like, dolls. And then we would, like... get A4 sheets of paper and we would draw like different fucking clothes for these like little dolls.
What?
But, like so many different outfits, and then we'd cut them out with like little tabs, and then we'd like change them, and then we'd put them in like a Lego house that I'd build. So I remember my sister like making like designs for the people. I mean, like building like the fucking house and shit. It was just fun, like how kids used to play when they were kids, man.
Yeah, man.
And then like
Fuck.
being so excited.
Like, actually
like,
using your imagination.
your mum came home and it's like, Mum, look what we did. It's like a fucking half the living room's just like torn up like Lego and shit. So, yeah, good work, guys. Good clean the fuck. And they're tired from work, bro. I remember my mum like yelled at us so much, but fuck, they were tired. They provided for us, which was good.
Yeah, fuck. I feel like I kind of lived that same childhood.
Yeah, we had
just
like a
had
very
mum.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah, like
You came a little bit later, I think, right?
came 2000.
2000, and you were so 10-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
11.
8.
When
Same as you, 91.
91, so 2000. Oh
I was
yeah, 8 turning 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. My first memories are, so like during the war, my dad, he stayed in Sarajevo with like my grandparents, both, so my mum's parents and his parents. And he was kind of taking care of them during the war while like my sister, my mum and I like left, and we went through like refugee camps, and then we stayed in Germany with some relatives. And then we ended up
So he stayed back with
in the middle of Sarajevo,
With
you know
your
where I was showing you on the map
grandparents,
today?
yeah.
That whole area from the mountains was all under siege. So there was like nothing coming in and out. It was getting bombed daily, and there was like gunfights in the street, people walking around in like groups. Like it was just a war, bro. It was like the worst.
And your
war.
dad was staying right in the middle.
Yeah, and he like tells stories of like if you needed to like, he'd be on his bicycle and people would be taking like pot shots at him, like snipers and shit. And like everyone's just drunk, obviously, because there's nothing else to do. So it was just like his street where he was, and that was like my granddad's house, my mum's dad. They just like kept together like as a community and like defended themselves. And then one day my dad just like had enough and he'd left, and he had to like crawl through a tunnel for a few kilometers and stuff, and then he crossed like a border. And he reckons like the first night he went to Split or something. So it was like.
So did he just leave his grandparents and?
It was like, it was getting close to the end of the war. So if you imagine, I was born in 91, November. The war started in 92, April. So I was 5-6 months old. When he left, I was 3.5. So it was 3 years later. So he had been in this like
For 3
years, bro. So imagine 3 years in this. So the war was starting to die down, and he wanted to like find his family, obviously. So yeah.
Yeah.
And like they were
Was the
safe
war
enough.
starting
That,
to
yeah,
die
so
down?
they were
Okay.
safe enough to like be there. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, like my mum's mum, my grandma died during the war as well. Like she had breast cancer, and they like couldn't get treatment. Plus, like obviously
Yeah, too much going on.
too much going on, man.
Yeah,
So
that's
you got
bad.
So like shout out to my grandma. Never met her, but like apparently she's like lovely lady. Never met either of my grandmas, my real ones. Kind of sick. Do you know your grandparents? Like, are they still alive?
Yeah. No, none of them are.
Yeah.
I don't know my granddad from my dad's side because I think he passed away when I was like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm too young to remember any of that. But
Yeah.
everyone else was still alive too. Maybe I was like 15.
I remember your.
No,
I remember.
wait, no,
I remember
no,
one
we
of
were
your
20,
granddads.
21. Yeah. So might have been maybe like 6 years ago, man.
I'm just gonna find a photo quickly that I hope still in my memories.
Of me.
Yeah, of us I think it was one of your birthdays, man.
Where we were at.
The Cleveland Hotel, I think.
Oh, true. Yeah, it was the clip. It was my 25th.
Is that your 25th, man?
Yeah, fuck
Shit,
it,
dude.
yeah. Fuck. Bro, that's crazy about your dad, though, man. What?
Mm.
So your dad literally living between war. Oh, true. Fuck, that is my 25th. That's my uncle.
Oh, uncle, sorry, not your granddad, yeah. Yeah, man, and then like you went to some like not even the craziest part of the story. He was outside in the backyard of my granddad's. So it's like a duplex, and around the back there's like a bit of like a garden, like kind of area where you grow plants and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a like anyway. On the other side of that is a fence, and then there was like I think a factory always or some just like wastelands. Anyway, he's out there like washing his hands in like a just outdoor basin. And someone throws a grenade over the fence,
True.
and the grenade goes off. And my dad like shields himself. And then
Wait, just like the fucking back of the house, all the
someone
apartments.
just throws a grenade over the fence.
Fuck. Okay.
And the grenade goes off, and then by looking at that, has his hand up, and his arms are like filled with shrapnel,
Fuck.
grenade shrapnel, so you can still like feel the wounds. So imagine being in the middle of a siege. There's no doctors or anything.
Yeah.
Arms are all like shredded up or whatever. So he had to go and like get it while like drinking, not having any anesthetic, and they like the guy pulled it out, like
What?
reconnected some of his nerves. Like my dad like felt like the whole thing, and then like sewed him up, and then couldn't use his like left or right arm. He still gets like pains and stuff in it, but
Fuck.
luckily has use of both his hands. You did like heaps of exercises like physio and
You
shit.
should tell him to try some plant that is meant to be good for pain and your joints.
My dad's not into shit, bro. My dad's into fucking hard life, bro. The cunt.
Yeah.
You
nah.
could tell him to take a plant, bro. The motherfucker had a grenade thrown at him, bro.
Yeah. Fuck.
You can't even imagine, bro.
Looks like he's got a lot of trauma to deal with. Then.
Yeah, and he doesn't deal with it well. And I try to like talk him through some stuff, and I do some. We used to drink a lot together. It was easy to speak, but
Yeah,
now I don't
100%.
drink. But it's good because I don't drink, so he doesn't drink as much now, which is great. He used to like use drinking as like a. He never drank often, but he drank a lot. Like
When he would drink.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like be a dickhead. And
I
so
feel
do
like
I.
everyone turns into a bit of a dickhead when they drink too much.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share. Man.
You know what I mean? And you just keep doing it to yourself because the
it's
first
stupid.
first hour is amazing. The first hour
I don't-
feels so good, bro. The first hour is unreal, and then after that you just feel like shit.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
keep chasing. I don't know. That's how I
Yeah.
feel with drinking. But I did it for.
but then like you just keep drinking and then you forget. So you're kind of just drinking to forget.
Yeah, you are.
That was my loop. I just wanted to forget shit. Let's just drink up. I can only imagine that you would have gone through a lot to put yourself in that position, in that state where you're making these type of decisions.
One time I was saved by the grace of God. I woke up, felt really bad, drank a whole bottle, like sculled a bottle of vodka, and just started driving like up towards like Newcastle through the city. And at some point, like blacked out, had pulled over without like me knowing really. I don't remember much of it, and called my mum. And I happened to be like 2 streets away from her office in Artarmon. How fucking crazy of a thing is that, bro? And then like anyway, she took me to the hospital and then like went from there. And that happened like 3 times after that before I actually like got better. But I don't know, man. Alcohol's not for me. I don't like that stuff.
Did the person that you were seeing, did he ever talk about like having an addictive personality?
Of course. He goes like, we're all addicts. And the way he described it, like being an addict is being a hungry ghost, the realm of hungry ghosts. Like we're inhibited by this like spirit of a hungry ghost that has like an insatiable appetite, like a massive belly that you can fill with food, but like a very like small throat. So you
Sure.
can't get it like to fill this hole quick enough. And then the hole just eats you away from the inside. But I think.
Wow, that was a lot to take in. I'm still trying to process.
Do you agree though that addiction is that sort of?
I have to rewatch this to really understand what all the words that you just said.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like a lot.
And if you're, if you're not feeling it with something, so like I guess we're all addicts, and I can explain why we're addicts.
Yeah.
There's this like amazing book called The Realm of Hungry Ghosts by Gabor Mate.
Oh fuck. You know what? Like I was gonna bring up if you've heard of Gabor Mate, but
Yeah.
you obviously have. So cool.
You know it?
Yeah, of course,
Oh,
bro.
fuck, and tell me what you know about Gabor Mate.
That I've watched a lot of his talks about like trauma
Yes.
and addiction because of trauma
Yes.
and like child, not abuse, but like the way that people treat children affects the child. Yeah, shit like that.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I was gonna say. Like, have you listened to Gabor Mate? Fuck, he so like MMA.
I just didn't want to go on because you already knew about him. That's amazing.
Yeah. MMA, which is Mind Medicine Australia, they had a psychedelic like panel kind of thing that went for like 2 days, and they did bring Gabor Mate for the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, it was in Melbourne. They do it once a year. Tickets are like a bit expensive, but they're probably like $600
I'd love to see him
to
live.
attend to the.
He's-
Yeah, man. Well, that's why I
he's
wanted to
such a
go.
good
I
speaker,
wanted to
man.
go to see fucking just him, bro. He's so good, man. He's a physician, I think. Like he's a doctor, right?
I don't know if he's a physician or if he was what's a step above like a psychiatrist maybe.
Not too sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but he worked in a place that I've been because my sister's husband is Canadian. He's from Vancouver.
True.
So in Vancouver, there's an area called.
He's from Vancouver.
yeah,
Gabor Mate.
Gabor
Fuck.
Mate.
Just with his name, it sounds like. you know,
Yeah,
someone
I
from
think he's a
Europe.
Hungarian Jew
Yeah,
that would
okay,
have
fuck.
emigrated, and so this area of like.
Do you want to pick up the mic a little bit?
Oh, sorry.
That's alright.
This area of Vancouver is like where all the junkies hang out, right? And that's where his clinic was.
True.
So he ran like a public clinic for all the junkies in the area and would administer. So similar to what
Oh,
the
no
doctor
way.
that was helping me.
Which area did you say?
I'm gonna blow it now, but it's
Okay,
it's
go
near Gastown in Vancouver, and it could be called the East End or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, he had like in the book Realm of Hungry Ghosts, he goes through like different patients that he's helped and their journeys and stuff. Some of them that didn't succeed, some of them that did.
Yeah.
You read the book, don't read the book. If you're an addict and you want to get over your addiction, it can help. You don't have to read the whole thing. But him speaking about trauma as a child is amazing, right? Because if your mum and the child are high cortisone, I think it is, cortisol,
Not too sure.
it's like the chemical that you release when you're stressed.
Okay. Yeah.
And that transfers in the first like 5 years.
True.
From the mother
yeah,
to the
he
baby.
does. Yeah.
And
Fuck.
so, like, obviously, if your parents are or your mum especially is in a stressful situation, the baby's going to be more stressful. That's like a trauma that they feel before they even know what trauma is, sort of thing.
That's right.
And then that's what causes addictive behaviors.
Yeah.
So his addiction, he said, when he would get like really like anxious and like panicked, he'd go to like a record store and buy records and spend heaps of money on
Yeah,
records.
he has. Yeah. I've overheard him mention that a few times.
Yeah, so
which is- yeah.
and then obviously like getting through that trauma, one, identifying it, but I think two, like not blaming yourself, which a lot of people do, and then taking like the right, I don't know, chemicals to help. I take fluoxetine every day, like 60 milligrams,
What's fluoxetine?
Prozac.
Still don't know what that is.
It's like a SSRI.
Still don't know what the fuck is an
SSRI is a selective serotonin uptake inhibitor. Reuptake.
true.
Yeah, SSRI.
So it's a
Reuptake
specific
inhibitor.
chemical found in our brain or in our body.
It's not found. It needs to be like you need to take it.
Okay, so
after-
it doesn't get produced naturally.
No, it doesn't. And
that's
a lot
not
of people
chemical.
say it's not. It shouldn't be used, and there's like a lot of like conjecture around it. I'm sure maybe like some of your friends in like Queensland would be like, if you're anti-vax, I think they'd be anti.
Oh,
Prozac
really?
as well, maybe. I don't know.
Why did you have to mention Queensland, bro? What, are there all anti-vaxxers up there?
I think there's like a proportion of them that could be.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Pretty-
I'm assuming as well. I've never met people.
Pretty majority.
Which, look, if I didn't need to get the vaccine, I wouldn't have. So I'm one of them, bro. But I just did take the vaccine. My point being, though, this like chemical, it allows your brain, in whatever reason, like say your serotonin is like being released to where it should be.
Yeah.
It like takes it back or like draws it more than it gives it. So there's always like a what's the word? A deficit of serotonin
Yeah.
at your disposal. So what this does is it creates like a block where the serotonin goes one way, but it doesn't go the other way. So it allows like serotonin to build up in whatever area of your brain. And then I've noticed a massive difference in my life.
From taking it.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
same time that I stopped drinking alcohol.
Ah, true.
And it definitely would have helped me.
So
Like,
you're taking more than before now? Have you
Uh,
upped your doses?
yeah.
Are you
but-
kind of addicted to it?
Um,
Have you increased your dosages?
You're not addicted because it's not like
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
it's not a drug like Oxy or Xanax where
Does it come in pill form?
yeah, it doesn't have an
True.
effect on you straight away. It's like something that if you take it over a month, it'll build up
Yeah.
in your body. One of those types of things.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sure getting off it would affect my mood and like. But it's helped me like be better. I think.
Yeah. You should probably also maybe attempt or try microdosing on mushrooms, because I've heard they're good for that kind of
Yeah.
similar response. You know what I mean? Like if something is imbalanced within you,
Yeah.
it will try to repair it or try to be like, okay, you kind of need to have more serotonin, or like I don't know what it is specifically that you need to have more of to feel good,
Mm.
and it might try to repair that.
I have a feeling that like you need to separate yourself. Like we're around so much electricity that
Yeah, all the time.
yeah, our bodies just
Around.
we can't focus our own like inner selves or whatever. If that makes sense. Like there's so much magnetism and so much like
Yeah.
vibrating around us that we can't like center ourselves. And I think that's like if you're able to do that, then you don't need these chemicals to. That's why I feel
True.
like these people that have removed themselves, and that's why I appreciate them. You don't need to take like, if nature is your drug and you can be in nature all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
And you don't need to go to work, for example. So I don't like.
Yeah. Well, essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So you can like take that step, but.
And you can use your mind to do all of that stuff, or like going out to nature, just doing something,
Yeah.
that gets you out of that.
Well,
But
whatever.
mushrooms or like psychedelics is just the quick,
Yeah, I
easy way
don't like.
out.
You reckon microdosing mushrooms?
Yeah, no, I have heard some good stories where people have been in a really, really bad mental state and they can't get over it. They've taken different
I agree.
prescription pills, and then they've just started microdosing. And within 2 months, it does take time because, like you said, it's like your body doesn't feel anything, but it's building something within you that through time is gonna make it better.
Yes.
That's why when you were saying that, I just thought of like microdosing
Yeah.
magic mushroom, because it kind of has that similar effect. Yeah, it takes 2 months, but then you just like start to feel good, and you're like, whoa, like I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what the fuck's changing, but I actually feel good.
Oh, fuck, what I was going to say. That's what I meant by all that was if you like, I could do that, but I think I can't be around like too much other stuff. Too many other.
Or when you take psychedelics.
Yeah, so like if I
Well,
was
you
to
can take in a
microdose, if I was to
small dosage.
microdose, I'd want to do it not at a very small level, say like
Yeah.
enough to feel a buzz, but in a place where I'm removed from all other like interferences.
Yeah, true.
And then I feel like you can like kind of work on yourself. Whereas if you
Yeah, 100%. And
whereas
it'll
if
be
I
much
take a little
easier.
bit then go to work, I don't think I'd get the same benefit. as-
Yeah. Well, see, like I think me and you kind of think the same, because I tried microdosing for like a week. I didn't feel shit, so I stopped it.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't feel anything. I don't want to take it. Like if I want to have some, I want to feel a little bit, even if I know. But then because I took a little bit, I don't know if I can function properly and go work and shit.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like I can't really do that. So I kind of don't do it.
Where I think microdosing shrooms as like a holiday type of thing, where you remove yourself, you go away to like a Airbnb or whatever with cool people, good environment, and then over a week you take like a lot of shrooms.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to do, I think.
That's like what do you call that when you go out and do like ayahuasca? Oh, they have ceremonies. Yeah, so there's like people up in Queensland that have different ceremonies. my mate's dad runs ayahuasca ceremonies and San Pedro ceremonies.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've been yeah. Like my fucking mate Zach just reminded me of it when I was up there a couple.
You
days
haven't
ago.
done it, yeah?
No, I haven't done it, but I'm definitely so keen to do San Pedro.
I think Eagle did the same Pedro.
Oh yeah, I think
Have you
fucking
heard?
someone was telling me. I think it was
Oh my
maybe
God.
you or Green were telling me about.
Eagle telling the same Pedro story is hilarious. You
Oh,
need to get
really?
it. You need- yeah,
Fuck.
we're gonna get Eagle on the podcast. To
Yes,
fucking tell it.
please. That'd be
Oh my
funny
god!
as shit.
Oh my god!
Fuck, I want to hear it now, but he's fucking
No,
chewing
no,
it
you
up
need
so
Igor to
much.
tell you
It's
the fucking Saint
I want to
Pedros.
know this San Pedro. You know when you were talking about how with with what Gabor Mate talks about how the trauma gets passed on through stress from like the mother having to deal with a stressful situation. I started to think about COVID and like during COVID. How parents would have to go into like a stressful situation
Yes.
thinking about money if they lose their job. And they're like, fuck, how am I going to be able to provide for my kids?
Most definitely.
So I felt like there's going to be, in like a couple of years, there's going to be a lot of people or like a lot of kids that are going to deal with that trauma
Yes.
without even like intending it to.
Of course.
And they're just going to have all these problems.
It's like generational trauma.
Yeah.
That
Which was
came-
causing me, or which was geeing me up to go study so I could do in 4 years' time have this psychedelic assisted therapy certificate, which I can help these kids as well.
Yeah.
But like that'll be too early to like help those kids at that age.
Of course,
But
but-
obviously when they're like 16 or plus. But yeah, it could be like fucking 14 years from now. But it's crazy, like, because I feel like that's
like
actually happening.
I'm happy that Sometimes I like think about planning for the future.
Yeah.
Like that, and then I don't think we're gonna get there. Like 14 years. 14 years sounds so long right now, man.
I know it does, man. But like just
well,
think
fuck.
about how old are we right now, and it's like fuck.
I think we've just gone through a very like blessed time in history, man.
Yeah, time is getting better and better though.
I don't know, man. I think we're due. I don't want to say it like I'm. Like sometimes I feel like I'm very like I want it to happen, but I really don't. Like if like a war was to erupt, like a world
Yeah,
war.
true. To make yeah.
You just feel
I
like
remember
like everything's
yeah.
boiling to that situation at the moment. I
If,
don't know.
even wanting some chaos in this world,
Yeah.
like wanting it. Like I remember maybe 5 years ago it was like that.
Mm.
I'm like, bro, life is boring, bro.
Yeah.
Like fucking shit fucking happen now.
Yeah.
Um,
I want shit right fucking now. You guys need to check out the latest it's a Peruvian jaffle place.
where's it at? Tell me.
Um,
Address right now. What's it called?
No, it's near Brighton, kind of near Brighton, Los Angeles.
Oh, true.
Yeah, and
I
then-
wouldn't call it Peruvian in a sense.
Colombian?
Yeah, I think it was called Colombian.
Oh, Colombian. Sorry, I just thought like Peruvian. Like
No, you were like stereotyping, man. Like fucking some countries, South America, they're all the same. Fuck, they all
Bro,
speak
there's
the same
more.
language.
There's
bruh.
more rack in Peru than there is in Colombia. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that for yourself.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Oh no! I spilled the beans.
Yeah, there is, bro. Like even like export and importation, this like
No.
the trade in Peru is fucking bigger than Bolivia because fucking Bolivia is one of the highest one too. I think it's because
comedy,
of where
comedy,
they're,
stand-up
like-
comedy.
I think it's because of the how the equator goes through the country, so that's where it's like prime location for some cocoa leaves to grow.
Fuck, man.
Facts, bro. Facts.
What a plant, bro.
But comedy, bro. I just want to say.
Nah. Anyway, like doing these Colombian / Peruvian jaffles. I had the thought that like I'd really like to do stand-up
I reckon
comedy.
you should try it out.
I think I'd be maybe good at it. I don't know how I
Yeah.
perform in front of a crowd though.
Yeah, true. I was thinking about it. I'm like, it's kind of similar to what we're doing now. Kind of, if it was just us, by myself, even though.
Yeah.
It's like, but then, yeah, you're right. It's more of a crowd, eh? Like, I don't know how I feel.
And you have
with
to
the crowd.
feed off their reaction, and then
Yeah. Fuck. Well, like that's what you only do like 5-minute ones at the start to just
Yeah.
have like 10 jokes and just feel the crowd and then pick the joke that you think is gonna make the most impact and get the most laughs and just. I don't know, but it sounds like fun. It's scary, but fun.
yeah, and it's a good way to get your thoughts out every week, and then
All
I
the
don't know.
dark thoughts to make them funny.
Make them funny, and then yeah, like
Make your life funnier.
I can see it being therapeutic once you get kind of good at it.
Yeah.
And then if people do find you funny, there's going to be that massive like rewarding factor.
Yeah, true, for everyone.
Yeah.
Not just for you, but for everyone.
Like people laughing at you performing anything, even if it's like acting or like they don't have to laugh if they're just applauding you doing something,
Yeah.
playing an instrument, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it could be anything that you're doing,
That
yeah.
transfer of like positive energy, that's massive.
Fuck.
It's fucking beautiful shit, and they get something from it
That's
as well.
so true.
And you need to fucking like that stuff's important, man. And it can't be fake. It needs to be genuine. How many times have you heard like a shit band or something like a shit
Yeah,
set?
100%, man.
Yeah, but like when you hear a mad set or like it's like,
When
memorable.
when I was watching the halftime show,
Mm.
and I was just seeing Dre come out, it's right at the end when Still DRE comes on, and it's him and Snoop Dogg, and he's like rapping. I'm like, bro, this fucking song's like 20 years old at least.
Yeah.
And like he's fucking rapping it in front of all these people. Like imagine all the energy that he'll be feeling and
Yeah,
getting from everyone. Like just fucking going off at his song, bro. And 20 years and still going strong. What the
Yeah,
fuck,
man.
bro? It's fucking crazy shit.
Shut down LA, like, fuck that stadium's hectic. Like it's a brand new stadium, whatever
Fuck.
$billion stadium,
That's crazy.
and these guys like fucking Snoop, Dre, fucking even 50, bro. He's from the hood. Eminem, bro. All our favorites
Mary
growing up.
J. Blige.
Mary J, she's alright, bro. I would have rather had
Anderson
like
Paak was there, like playing the drums.
fucking Kendrick. I always forget about Kendrick, but
Yeah, Kendrick was just there. I don't
it was
know
just
why.
there, bro. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. He could have taken the throne already. I think he's waiting for like Dre to die or something before he can take over LA. He's like, he can't disrespect Dre yet. He's like, keeps trying to keep him like. But I think Kendrick's
All
gonna.
the West.
Kendrick in 10, 15 years is gonna be a nightmare if we make it that far, bro. He's gonna be like the mogul Jay-Z of.
True.
I think.
He's just waiting for that because he
His
can't just.
opportunity- yeah.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to take it.
And I think
He
he's like.
respect his elders too much.
Mm,
Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the podcast for today. I hope everyone is having a fantastic or lovely night, whatever time it may be that you're watching this video. And I just wanted to say there's gonna be a lot of love, there's a lot of prayers being sent out to those guys being affected by the severe thunderstorms, or the severe rain, the severe weather that we're getting in all parts of Australia. There's some northern New South Wales places that are heavily affected. Also, Queensland is heavily affected. There's some parts in Brisbane, pretty much from Gold Coast to Brisbane. A lot of places have been affected. Just today, man, because I haven't been paying attention too much to the news, so I had no idea. But today, my even just Windows keeps alerting me about this severe weather and flooding happening in New South Wales. So yeah, a lot of love, a lot of prayers, and I hope everyone out there as well can do the same thing. But I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Finding Gratitude. Like I said, keep having a good day or night. Bye.